This is one of my one of the people who has recently joined doing GMing with us. Please welcome on in GM Bang. No, not Bangera. Blasphemous Roar. Why was I thinking of Bangera? Welcome on in this guy. Hello, Roar.
Why were you thinking of Bangera? I am not Bangera at all.
Yeah, so you say. But I've never seen you two in the same room.
Oh my god, you're right.
Then again, I don't think I've ever actually met either. Wait, I've met you, right?
No, we were supposed to cross paths at AGDQ 2019, and then you never did.
I was there, though.
You were, and I had talked to you about crossing paths with you.
Well,
and you said we should do that, and then it never happened.
Yeah, guess whose fault that is?
Mine entirely. I was wounded. I got a little bit too much booze in my system at MagFest. I fell. I bruised my entire leg. I spent my entire time at AGDQ 2019 in my room moping and sleeping and sleeping and moping and in pain.
Then you should have called me. Be like 1-800% your cell phone, and then, I just run on over.
Hang on one moment. It's dialing.
Oh, okay.
This number has been disconnected. I think you're lying to me, Brosencha.
Oh, geez, that's a convenient excuse for me, isn't it? Oh, I guess I didn't pay my phone bill. Well, what game do we have? Let's move on.
We have A Tale as Old of Time, A Song and Something Other Rhyme, Beauty and the Beast.
This is a game that we've actually had before. Now,
No, it's not, apparently.
What?
So there was some lookups on this. We've had Beauty and the Beast for Game Boy, I guess. Unless I'm wrong, I didn't look up.
We've had it for NES as well.
NES?
Maybe not.
But have you ever had it for the SNES?
I thought we did, but I'm not 100% sure.
I don't know that answer either. I honestly don't know the answer. Crazy Sunshine cross-referenced it and checked and confirmed it was the NES version. We're about to play the SNES version. Tristan says, "Oh, this is the bad version." Oh, yes. This is the bad version.
Yeah, for everybody who's watching, Beauty and the Beast, honestly, I think that it's very difficult early on, but then we're going to have a beautiful snowball fight if we're lucky enough, and that is my favorite part.
Let me just say one thing before we start this game. This is the first and only game that has ever killed me by crushing me with the ceiling as a result of me looking down.
What?
I looked down. I held down the down button, and it's like, ceiling, move down. But it doesn't go back up, and I look down again, and it's like, ceiling, go down, crush kill.
Okay, I love that. Now I understand.
During the final boss! After I killed the final boss, all I have to do is jump off a ledge, and the game killed me for looking down and being not so sure.
Oh, wow. Is the final boss Gaston?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, good. If it was anything other than Gaston, I would be so disappointed.
Oh, yeah, of course. I mean, what would be the point?
No, I don't know. I don't know. That's why I'm saying that.
I mean, yeah, no, exactly. What would be the point? It's not reasonable, so they don't do it. Gaston is, of course, the final boss. The other final boss could, of course, be the Villager's Judgment, because that's the entire point of Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah,
I'm going to outright say that Gaston is thematically the greatest Disney villain for his movie. I'm not going to say he's the greatest Disney villain. I do not agree with that. I think there are better Disney villains. But thematically, the idea of what masculinity is supposed to be and where a lady's place in the world is when it's completely reversed by how Belle treats and how Beast deals with her and shows her the gentleness and the like. Gaston provides a beautiful, proper villain for the themes in the movie, showing that these things should be toppled and are not conducive to society. I'm not saying Gaston is the best. I've got somebody in chat saying that's a funny way of spelling Frollo.
Maleficent turned into a dragon. Rah.
Well, Maleficent is also, almost as bland as the evil queen.
Oh, baby. Yeah, Who's the dumbest villain? Who's the most pointless villain?
The most pointless villain in any Disney movie is definitely Hans.
Oh yeah, I hated
No,
that. I hated
there,
that
there was
choice.
the entire argument, the entire fight, or the entire conflict of that entire movie was the sisterly thing. And I guess they needed one emotional push, but
It
that's all
didn't
Hans was
need a
there.
villain. It didn't need a
It
villain.
didn't. It didn't.
Oh my
It
gosh.
didn't need to do that.
Yeah, honestly,
Hans was no Ree.
I had the same problem with who was it? The guy from Up, the villain from Up. It's like you didn't need to turn him into an evil dude. It can just be a guy with a blimp who likes to fly around, and they end up being friends.
Well, I mean, it's the idea of pushing, because Up needed something to up the stakes in terms of pushing the plot forward, and at least there was a continued existence with him, but Hans was just kind of like nothingness. Like, Hans could be swapped for anybody else in any other thing and be just fine. The point was that he was a bland nobody that was actually a skeeving jerk, and you didn't find out until the end, and it only works because he's a bland nobody, which on a theoretical pass worked. And somebody said that I clearly put too much thought in this. I love villains. I absolutely love villains in media and like figuring out what makes them tick. That's why like Arden is one of the greatest Final Fantasy villains we've seen in a long time. Emmett Selk in Final Fantasy 14, and Sephiroth is a bad villain. I'm sorry, I'm going to remove all life on this planet so I can ride it to go, because that's what mommy wanted.
I can actually, I'm sort of okay with the villain who has their own motivations, even if the motivation doesn't make sense. As long as they're consistent with it, I'm fine with that. And Sephiroth, yeah, motivation made no sense, but I'm completely cool with that.
I'm being asked as well, and I'm only rambling about this stuff because we're still trying to get our friends over here set up. Somebody asked, how do I feel about Kefka? Kefka is an interesting villain on the terms of him technically being a bad villain, but a good villain at the same time, because his only motivation is and that works in the scope of what they're doing with him. And it's fine. His motivation is just I'm insane and I have good power and I want to rule the world, destroy the world, and because I just don't care about anything and I just do as I please, and is strong enough to actually prove himself some actual, like, it's what happens when somebody who's not balanced tries to also make the world imbalanced. See, that's the point. That's the point, is that Kefka is imbalanced.
Yeah, if there's somebody who's a little bit out of control and you keep them as your second in command, yeah, that's not good.
Well, no, it's that Kefka is imbalanced, and he tries to make the world imbalanced by pushing the statues out of the way. So there's actual meaning to his actions and the like. But yeah, no, exactly. Like, if your second in command is insane, maybe just, like, not make him your second in command. Well, apparently, Beauty and the Beast SNES was in Ku5ogrande, so, been defeated. No, see, okay, so to give you guys an idea here of why we're playing Beauty and the Beast is that basically, I'm doing my own little quest to beat every single game from NES to PlayStation 2, everything that's before the digital download era, on home and portable consoles. In other words, like 12,000 games. So it'll never actually be done, and that's the point, is that I never get finished playing video games. But in order to play Kingdom Hearts, we decided it was a good idea for me to play a game for each world in Kingdom Hearts.
Okay.
So like Hollow Bastion, since Beast is in there, I played Beauty and the Beast.
Ah.
Right, or like Aladdin or Agrabah means that I play Aladdin, which is its own little thing because I've accidentally maybe sort of played every single Aladdin game in existence. On every platform.
I mean, Aladdin games are fun.
And so one of the games that came of that is this. Now, don't go looking up my stream because you might spoil yourself as the other stuff that might be coming up. And I won't tell you what made the pass or didn't. But one day I played Beauty and the Beast. And I was not happy.
No, this is not a good game. This game definitely has problems. I love it. If I'm not mistaken, though, this was a PAL release.
This is actually the US version.
I didn't think we got a US version. Maybe it's just the NES version that I'm thinking of.
Oh, it looks like we got a Vindictive.
Yeah, I see his stream. I see everybody mostly live, except Dirk. Let me refresh you. There we go. Looking good. I am just about ready to capture them.
And I am at the tail end of my villain talk. This has been Blasphemous Roar. Thank you for coming to my Kuso talk.
Before we switch over, I just want to give a thank you to everybody who's followed and subscribed. I don't shout out during the matches because I want to focus on those. But seriously, thank you all for being amazing. And without further ado, let's hear some of this music.
We're using Red, right?
Yep. Red's name is a little bit different on Twitch. That's why I list it for what you can go and follow. Everybody, we've got Radama for Dirk, Vindictive, and Pretty Pink Pansy, aka Red, who is giving us the audio today. Let's go ahead and just let people know this match is an hour long. Keep at it. Keep at it? What does that mean? Let me ask if they're ready.
It means keep at it means even if you're about to smash your head against the desk repeatedly, do not smash your head against it repeatedly. Bashing is fine, smashing not okay. Keep at it, and you just believe. Just believe.
Okay. I'm believing.
Are you though? Are you really believing? Did you see his face and now you're a believer?
Oh heck, I did.
Okay,
hey,
good.
It looks like all of the players are ready, so what you need to do, chat, spam all of your flowers or all of your pretty ladies. You can or spam anything that is anti-Gaston.
Anti-Gaston. Yeah, there you go.
Because what a butt, okay?
Also your beasts, like your Bowsers too, like your beasts.
Oh yeah, your beasts. I want your beasts. I want your flowers. Look at the sunflowers. I love them.
Right? That
yeah. Was okay, as soon as I see movement in the stage, I will start our timer. Oh, that's why the music is crazy. I accidentally have Earthbound playing in the background.
So...
Ignore that, everybody.
So immediately Belle has run away. She's kind of sort of in Beast Castle right now, and she's not happy with everything that's going on, which of course is the thing. So there's a few things to note about the AI, or about the UI here. We have our hearts and our live counter underneath it. Then we have that rose. If everybody's familiar with the movie, the rose is a time limit. It continues to tick down. There are some levels that is almost nearly impossible to beat without the rose falling away.
Yeah.
Luckily, you can collect petals.
Yeah, which is good. I do want everybody to know that I already accidentally reset the timer once, about 10 seconds in. If it is really close, we'll want to go and review how long it took me to get the timer going again. But that, just your information there because I was dumb.
That's okay. We're all dumb eventually. That's why we're in Ku5ogrande.
Yeah,
we don't make the smartest decisions being competitors or GMs in this.
I was gonna say, like, sitting here for 5 hours, it's really difficult to not be dumb. Oh, it's so hard. Like,
hey, it's still a much better, like, put together thing than anything I've done on Mystery Funhouse, so you're safe.
Okay.
You're safe. So yeah, this is so a few things that we're noting here is that we've got a book to collect. The books have different colors and they all do different things. If you ask me what those things are, I don't know. But the mice are the best part because those mice, I call them mice, they're rats. They're rats. There's a difference between a mouse and a rat.
There's a
and it's
really
okay.
good rat song out there on the internet these days, though. The rats, where the rats, where the rats, where the... Let me see if I can find this, okay? Because everybody needs to see the rat video. Okay, the rats.
That is okay.
Is that it?
No, I mean I'm afraid of what I would be listening to if I clicked on this link, but there is probably a link coming my way somewhere that I will click on and hold for the future.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is the link. Okay. It's got almost 500,000 views, so I'm going to assume that it's the right one, and if it's not, then you can all yell at me later. But there you go. There's your rat song that everybody needs to know, because it's the year of the rat.
It is the year of the rat.
Very important.
So the rats will grab onto you, and you need to shake them off. And so I've already watched one of the competitors do it, where they just let the rat latch onto them and do damage. So it surprises me a little bit with these races and stuff that how many people don't actually know of the struggle mechanic in video games. It's a very common mechanic where if you have something stunning you, or if you have been turned to ice, or you have something latched onto you, you mash back left and right repeatedly, and that lets you break free, right?
Yeah, but it didn't really happen on the Super Nintendo that much. By the way, Zindictive has run into one of the first walls that people really get to on this stage, and the reason is you do have to backtrack and get an item, if I'm not mistaken.
Nope. You don't have to backtrack and get an item. There is a button that neither of them have used yet.
Oh, which button?
You need to scare the platform into moving. That's right. You need to roar.
Oh, Zindictive roared and the platform moved. There we go.
There we go.
I forgot about that.
You need to roar. Scare the platform.
It's so dumb.
That roar is going to be used mostly as a platform generating device. It'll either move the platform, or in some cases, it'll scare bats stiff, cause them to freeze in midair, and because they're frozen midair, of course, we all know that bats are capable of carrying a 400-pound beast.
Do the roar.
You want me to do the roar?
Do the roar.
You want me to roar? All right.
Yeah, do the roar.
I'm going to put my headset down so that you can do it.
Okay. That was actually really good. Wow, I'm impressed.
I don't have my name for nothing, my friend.
Yeah. Well, Radama Ford is at the roar. Everybody is impressed. Like, what I like most about it is that, like, your microphone peaked only a little bit.
I backed off a bit.
Yeah, that was good. That was good. Here's my roar. I'm so scary. Roar.
One of us, you can tell the difference between the person that roars and the person that roars.
Oh no, don't say that.
I'm just gonna say that. I'm just gonna let that happen.
Great.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to go refill my soda because you can't do that more than twice.
All right.
Don't do that, my friend. I will be right back.
I gotta go get some hydration because my throat is destroyed now. Well, that's okay. You know, all of the players are starting to figure out some of the mechanics here. Honestly, the roar mechanic for moving the platform is definitely the dumbest thing. Radama Ford managing to get it right there, though. Very nice. Oh my gosh. I was gonna search Beauty and the Beast, but I accidentally typed Beauty and the Best, and now I'm really interested in what that would be. By the way, this was developed by our favorite company, Probe Software, later became Acclaim Studios Limited. They made other games like some of the California games. They made Alien 3 for the NES. Absolute classic. Good old Batman Forever for Genesis and Super Nintendo. Yeah, that was a classic.
I mean, it's Hudson. How could it be bad? How could Hudson ever put their name on something?
Hudson
bad?
published.
I know. How could it be bad? Hudson would never put their name on something bad. I know the
Oh.
difference between a developer and a publisher. Don't worry.
Yeah, yeah, that's a lie.
It's okay. I also do a really mean Santa.
Do you also need like some soda for that one?
No, absolutely.
My name's Santa Claus.
No. I mean like a good Santa, like a proper hearty ho ho ho. I'm just saying.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
They're-
okay,
they
let me
don't-
grab my water.
Being loud and in charge is a thing that I do.
Do a good
so yeah,
Santa for me. I want to hear Santa.
You wanna hear my Santa?
Do the Santa.
Okay, fine. I'll also do the Santa.
Yeah.
I gotta again. I have to set my headset down because it will deafen everybody forever.
Okay.
All right, you ready?
Yeah.
Ho ho ho! Merry Christmas!
Whoa.
I know, right?
I am so impressed.
You thought I was messing with you.
My
You
Santa.
thought I was messing with you.
Well, my Santa's like, ho ho ho, all you children. Oh, Merry Christmas.
You just, yeah, no, I'm just saying.
No. Actually, no. I can do a little bit more of a Santa.
Let's give us your best roar. Give us your actual beast roar. Not your roar. Let's hear your proper percentile roar.
Are you sure?
I am sure. You made me do it. They asked me to do it. Let's do it.
Let's see what I can do. Okay, moving away from the microphone.
All right. Okay, so that's definitely more of a lion. Or yeah, see, that's good. That's good. That's good. Don't be sad about that.
Okay.
That's good. See.
Good. That was a lizard noise. Wow.
All right, so Vindictive is at my favorite friends, the bats. The bats get scared stiff when you roar at them. Vindictive has figured it out. Now the bat is a platform. The bat is a platform for approximately half a second. You must land on it and jump off of it because who knew bats aren't exactly strong enough to handle beasts.
So yeah, you're definitely a roarer, and I'm more of a dinosaur, I guess.
Hey.
Okay.
Sometimes you need dinosaurs.
Hey, I could be Lizzie on Rampage, on the Rampage games, and Lizzie rocks. Okay.
I mean,
Definitely my
let's face
favorite.
it. Let's face it. There are more songs about you, your roaring type, than there are about me. Case in point, everybody knows that as soon as you roar, you're supposed to open the door, get on the floor, and everybody rock the dinosaur.
Or you could not.
I mean, or you could not, but like,
Yeah.
why would you do that? I don't understand why you would do that.
What even is doing the dinosaur? Like, is that a specific dance? Like, I
I
know
imagine it's the Thriller, like the Thriller
Thriller.
left right thing that he does, where he's got like short arms. I imagine that's the dinosaur.
Oh, okay. Like, I can do a little bit of the Thriller dance. I can do the twist. I think I've mashed potatoed before. I can do like some swing. I've never done the dinosaur.
I can do the white guy at a prom that can't get a dance. That just kind of looks like whatever Rick Astley does in the middle of the Never Gonna Give You Up. Like, that's just all that dance is.
Oh, jeez. I scared myself with Rick Astley like earlier this week. It was terrifying. So, I'm just sitting around and suddenly, there he is. There he is singing at me. And I'm like, it's been years since I've been Rickrolled. Years, like literal years. Nobody does that anymore. And then all of a sudden, bam, Rick Astley.
All right, so fun story. I got fired day one from a job that I got. It was for like accounting, basically auditing for a grocery supplier, and cutting commission checks and the like.
I was gonna say that sounds miserable.
It would have been, but I got the job, and first day as we're doing the tour with our whole group. I may have made a horrible mistake because as we were getting toured around, there I could see, and I won't tell you the name of the company or anything about it so you don't know, but there is an office with a nice little plaque on it that says Rick Rolling. I couldn't stop laughing and poking my friend.
And so you got fired for laughing?
I got
too
fired.
much?
I got fired because I quote unquote wasn't a good fit for the environment. I am way too happy for. I am way too chirpy for a firm like that.
Oh my gosh. I'm sorry. I absolutely love that you got fired because you laughed too much.
It's that. Yeah.
You don't want to work for a company that, doesn't enjoy humor. You just don't,
Hey.
okay?
It's okay because now I don't work for a company or anywhere, in fact.
Oh,
because
no.
disability sucks.
Oh, no. Well, I mean, it happens. Technically, all I do is contract work at this point, and then I make people play bad video games, and that's sort of my life.
That's a good job. That's a great life right there. I don't even know. Then again, I can't complain. I can't compare it. So there are probably other problems, but you do get to run Ku5ogrande, which is fantastic.
Well, I mean, the other, I would say that the main problem is that the teaching gig, you have to grade papers, and honestly, they pay they say that it's 28 hours. It's not. It's not.
No.
It's definitely more than that if you are doing well, but I don't know. And then Ku5ogrande, yeah, I could put tons of time into this. I just love it. I mean, Beauty and the Beast for Super Nintendo, where else are you going to see 4 people racing this unless some weird popular person just is like, hey, I'm going to race Beauty and the Beast now. It almost never happens, but here we get the weird. It's so good.
So I think what you're saying is everybody should subscribe to Brossentia so you can keep doing this and make enough of a living off of it to keep being able to do it sustainably. I think that's just what you're saying. I know you're not saying that directly, but I'm just your translator. I'm just your translator for give Brossentia money.
I don't want to be the guy who's just extorting viewers, though. I'll be here. It's fine.
No. Don't get it wrong. Over on Mystery Funhouse, I'm in your exact same boat where I'm like, no, don't do this, and all my commentators are like, subscribe. And I'm like, oh god. I do not tell them to do that, folks. Did you know that we're basically reflections of each other? It's just that you don't know it.
Yeah, I had no idea. By the way, I do want you to know I'm going to be a little bit distracted, so if I have no idea what you're talking about for a second, it's me.
It's all good. So it's all right. I can keep the commentary running for the both of us. So Zindictive is currently running through, of course, the probably one of the more difficult names in the probably one of the more difficult spots in the game, which is this spiky room right here. There's quite a few moving platforms. There's quite a few flames to distract you, and then there's these knights that jump out of the paintings. But mostly there are a few really hard jumps into some spikes that you get a little bit caught on. A thing to note is that they do have, I don't know, okay, so maybe I got a little bit lost in commentary. I mean, it's the first 15 minutes. You don't have to pay all the attention early on to who's doing what. Sometimes I know that's a bad thing to say as a commentator, but I'm trying to point out that I haven't seen if anybody has gotten a game over. There are limited continues. The first time I played this, I managed to get all of my final continue lost on the final boss. So this is fantastic. So we have our roaring platforms. Luckily, Zindictive knows his attacks. Poor Red. Oh, Red, I'm just so sad for you right now. Pretty Pink Pansy has not pressed the roar button. Okay, some people resetting instead of wasted one. Kate is confirming that Kate is the only person that watches this properly, like a hawk.
This is, honestly, we have to have additional people. Huge thanks to the people who have volunteered and helped out. Seriously, huge props to you. You make it doable.
Yeah. So Zindictive is in fact in the lead right now. If I had to say in order, I think it's Zindictive, Redford, Dirk, and then Red.
Yeah.
I think those bats are earlier on than the ones that Dirk. No, Dirk is dealing with later on bats, actually. So it's the other way around. This is of course for the Super Nintendo. So yeah, this like I was saying, this room is pretty bad. There's a few things that'll get you on it. So fun fact about that mirror, I don't remember exactly how, but it messes with you in certain ways. I believe that it can actually trigger enemies appearing that shouldn't be appearing yet.
Oh yeah.
I'm trying to remember what the mirror does, because the mirror is good for like learning your way through. And Zindictive has found the infinitely recurring 1-up, so that's really good. So Zindictive can continue to try taking on this stage over and over and over again, as long as you can reach that extra life.
The extra life. Okay. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry. I'm just laughing to myself about some stuff.
It's all good. It's all good. I know you've got your match after this, so you probably got to help set that up. No worries.
My match? What are you talking about? Could be somebody else.
Yeah, surprisingly. Oh, I'm sorry. Somebody's going to murder me now for breaking protocols.
Oh my gosh, blasphemous roar. Yeah, you're going in timeout. You're going to the Beast, and you're going to fight the Tin Man.
Didn't you sign up for something on my side?
I am going to be an arcade pit later on.
There you go. Wrong game show, but that works for me too.
Yeah.
Look at me clearly trying to cover my butt. I'm so sorry about that. Don't feel bad about murdering me there. just gonna go kind of sort of collapse in on myself because I forget things.
Yeah, I don't even care. Whatever. Like, how many times have I spoiled something? And yeah, there's no way anybody would have known that I'm distracted because of the tournament that is happening right in front of you. Hey, I'm really happy. Pretty Pink Pansy is starting to make some progress, you know. They were
finally
stuck.
figure out the roar?
They did. They got the roar.
My poor throat. I used to friends of mine used to do a Halloween haunted house just out in their like carport and do a little haunted mansion. And so we'd participate. 1 year, everybody else had the costumes, but I'm always poor, so I don't have costumes. And all they could find for me was this orc mask, and it's just like it was an orc mask with some pauldrons. So all I would do is stand behind the inflatable castle that like leads into the haunted house in the first place, because all the haunted house was an inflatable castle in the front with somebody inside of it just like staring at them. And then it had some like severed limbs, quote unquote, on tables in the haunted house, and there was just a few of our friends just dressed up in costumes doing their own thing. So so I had just an owl, or just this orc mask with these spiky pauldrons, and I decided to stand to the back left, and I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna give you guys another roar here. So let me just take off my headset, and every time that a kid would crest the corner of the castle and make their way out, I would lean in and just go, "I smell food!"
Ooh, smelly
and
food.
It would scare all of the kids like so hard. And eventually one night we did it next year, or I'm trying to remember the order of events here. During that night, there was a point where like 40 people were standing out in the street refusing to go into the haunted house because they were too scared by me. To the point where I had to step out of the haunted house and go, "Look guys, I'm out of the house. Everything's okay. Come on through. Everything's fine." We did, of course, have, people out front checking that kids were receptive to it. I wasn't about to go yell in some poor kid who's going to be crying for the rest of their life because of me. We did have, the scared kids and the nervous kids. They let me know not to do the thing. right? But it was still overwhelming for even some of the bravest. Like, you got those brave teens that go in and are like, ha ha ha, this is a haunted house? Yeah, well, I'm so brave. And they were scared. So yeah, that story definitely had relevance to what was going on in the game at one point, but it's been so long since I started talking that I forgot what that is.
But yelling at children is a hobby that we should all pick up.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So this is a boss fight on Zindictive's screen. So this is the gargoyle. The gargoyle has, of course, a hitbox that exists. And you can definitely hit it. And definitely. So you have to kind of sort of time it. Every time you see those little stones fall off, you do actually have a hit confirmation in that. And it looks like Zindictive has found the spot. Yes, the spot is that you're just supposed to stand on the left. Hope he doesn't do that swoop, because it's the one swoop that hurts you. And you just keep wailing on him. So eventually, because you see there, when Zindictive hit it, in the right spot, it doesn't actually have the frames for you to get hurt. And that's kind of what your best option is to deal with this.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, pretty pink pansy. A tale as old as time. And burned at that. Yeah, burned as time.
It's okay, Kuso folks. I won't be roaring at you anymore.
Rawr.
They'll be roaring at you.
Rawr. Yeah, so scary. Absolutely fierce.
Hey, everybody's saying about the yelling at children. I just want to remind everybody it was on Halloween, and they were aware of this happening.
Oh, well, okay. Like, on Halloween, you have to yell at children. That's like an obligation that you have. If you haven't yelled at a child on Halloween, how are you living life?
Right,
are you
exactly.
truly happy?
So I want to say right now, Zindictive is crazy, like ahead of where I expected. This has definitely been their round to take, because they're just ahead by a stage right now. We do have two other people inside the spiky pit of craziness.
Oh yeah, like Pretty Pink Pansy is doing a good job of catching up right now as well. You just got to learn that the roar scares the bats so much that they become floating petrification.
I had to use that ability once to climb a set of stairs in my house because the stairs were broken. But luckily, of course, I live in the kind of place where there's just tons of bats. Convenient. Florida. It's what happens. So you just roar at them and you walk up the stairs. You'd see a few of my tenants take care of that. So it just happens.
Oh no. It's all good. Well, I'm just watching the players right now, and it's been
so we got.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh no, sorry. Yeah, Zindictive is of course doing a lot of blind jumping right now, and that's actually a bit of a problem. So if Zindictive can survive this and play it a little bit cool, they're only one stage away from a very good life farming spot, actually. Where the game gives you 2 lives in a single, in a close proximity to each other, and you can. So.
Sorry, I'm just remembering a little bit about this game. I have played it. Some of the platforming is very tricky. I know Zindictive, you want to hang out in the trees as much as possible, but if you fall down, it's very difficult to know if you're going to land on a platform or in the river. And you don't want to be swimming in the river. You got all this fur. It's going to become soaked.
Yeah, so the game does have a tendency of when you're moving go from 0 to 60 in like a heartbeat, and then when you try to make a precise jump, it goes from 60 to 10 in the same heartbeat.
Yeah.
So,
like, it's difficult to describe exactly how janky this is without actually playing it. Like, honestly, the game looks relatively well, and in the way that you're seeing the animations are really well done. The art's really well done. It's just the controls are very difficult to use correctly, and honestly, when there's anything precise in this, it becomes very difficult. As you see, Radama Ford, unfortunately, not being able to get across on the bat, and I don't really blame Radama Ford. It's just this game's dumb.
Yeah.
I do love the use of foreground, though. Oh, go ahead.
I highly encourage anybody watching this to take 3 seconds to load this up and test it and try moving around for a bit, and you'll see what they're dealing with pretty quickly. It's a bit nightmarish, but Redford getting through here, almost potentially getting through here. A few more obstacles, and Redford is through onto, I believe that is the gargoyle boss, maybe? Well done, dear.
Yay! Keep throwing your child. Come on, throw him across the room again. Dang it.
You know, he's got a chip missing. When they become human, is that chip?
It's because at the moment of transformation, he was being actually killed by an axe murderer, but the axe murderer wasn't able to finish the job.
Yeah, so he just comes back and he's just got this huge gaping hole in his skull.
Yeah, but who's the axe murderer? Probably the stove. The chef. What a jerk.
I was gonna say, I wouldn't be surprised if it was Lumiere. Because, like, everybody else, think about it. Everybody else in the whole house have been turned into dishes and appliances and cups and whatever they are. But Lumiere is the only one with appendages.
Actually, here's the deal. I'm probably guessing that it's going to be the organ, which was the star of the sequel to Beauty and the Beast, which happens in the middle of Beauty and the Beast. Of course, have a sequel in the middle of it. That makes perfect sense.
Oh, Zindictive has made it through that stage and moving on to the next part of the stage.
Yeah, I'm sorry that I actually remember the stupid organ in Beauty and the Beast 2. It's so dumb. This is why I refuse to accept that The Lion King 1.5 is something that's actually acceptable. I will not believe that it exists, okay? Yeah, Radama Ford... Oh, go ahead.
I remember not hating it, but I can also, like, fully agree with that. I mean, Disney sequels should deserve their own special place in the trash pile. The amount of Disney straight-to-video, like, sequels is just absurd.
Some of them were actually okay, though, you know?
I seem to remember not hating Aladdin 3.
Well, Aladdin 3 was in theaters, I believe, because they got Robin Williams back. So, yeah, Aladdin 3 is great. Little Mermaid 2 is crap. Don't watch it. Lion King 2 is actually pretty decent.
At least Lion King 2 went with completely different characters. They went, look, we've already seen what happened with Simba. We don't need to throw Simba into another mix. This is what happens with his kids.
Uh-oh, Simba. Your wacky, crazy adventures are just starting now as you get to go find a rogue mandrill somewhere. I don't know. Like, I'm just trying to think what crappy plot they could have come up with. It would have been anything. Cinderella 2 and Cinderella 3 absolutely did not need to happen. Lion King 2, definitely an enjoyable watch. I would say everything except for Rafiki's song is amazing, and then Rafiki's song happened, and you're like, well, okay, this was a mistake, but I'll put up with it. Put up.
Okay. Favorite Disney song? Go.
Where do I even start? Oh my gosh. I mean, I would probably say the end song of Coco. Absolutely amazing. It's not very long.
Oh, no.
It's so good. Oh no, Zindictive, that is a full game over, going back to the beginning of the game.
Zindictive. nobody could learn to love a beast.
Zindictive has asked, by the way, in Discord, who is in the lead, and that is a fair question. They are allowed to ask that, and Zindictive is the one in the lead.
You're allowed to ask that?
Yeah.
What?
Did you not know?
I don't know anything. I just kind of sort of like grabbed a controller and pressed buttons and then got into brackets and then got busted out of brackets because it turns out that's not a valid strategy when you're in brackets.
I mean, it's not a bad strategy. You did pretty well, but yeah, you're allowed to ask what place you are in, and that is definitely information that we are willing to give. Now, the thing is, that can be good, but it can also be bad, since if you know you're way behind, you might start really stressing out. I know that's not helpful information for me. And yeah, sometimes the answer is, I don't know. Whatever. Video games are hard.
Props to all the folks in chat telling us their favorite Disney songs. You all have very, very, very good and wonderful taste and valid opinions. That's called positivity.
Under the Sea is so good. Prince Ali is so good. I'm still going with the ending song for Coco right before the credits roll. It's just so perfect.
I don't think I've seen it, so I don't know what that song is.
Let me see if I can find the song. Remember Me was okay. I actually have part of that in one of the lessons for my English class. Final song of Coco.
Mostly for me, of course, I did mention all of my villain songness love. So it is villain songs mostly. And as much as it's honestly, Make a Man Out of You is one of my favorite songs to do in karaoke.
I have found it. It's Ku5ogrande. So let me go ahead and share it in chat. And luckily it doesn't spoil anything at all. One Winged Angel, I mean, technically it's a kind of a Disney song, sure.
Okay, so One Winged Angel, just a quick anecdote about that because I respond to everything. One Winged Angel is a song that definitely started to grate on me for a long time, how there's so much like people who play it over. It's so overplayed. So when we went to Distant Worlds, Uematsu came up on stage and he was like, feel free, I would like everybody to sing along, of course, you know this one. So if Uematsu comes up and says, hey, sing along when everybody shouts Sephiroth, you do that.
By the way,
I don't care if you hate that song, you do that.
Oh yeah, if he tells you to do it, you're gonna do it. And if you don't, I heard that it's actually legal to punch you in the face.
I mean, specifically him. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
You're at an Uematsu concert. You may not like it, but you have to respect it.
Oh, yeah. Zindictive is working on catching up, by the way. Dirk and Radamaford made it to the snow level. Redford is getting a game over. Dirk still has at least one life to try to get through this. I'm not exactly sure how much, but...
Gets the extra life, though.
Yeah, very nice. Oh my gosh.
No, I mean, the best thing about Distance Worlds is that Uematsu sits there in the crowd. Like, he doesn't sit front stage or on the stage or anything like that. He sits, like, 7 rows back in, like, the 3rd seat from the aisle. Not even, like, a center row, because he does it because he wants to be with the fans of his music. He says that he's a fan of his music, so he should be with the fans of his music.
Wait, who was saying Oliver? Guess what? Oliver and Company. That movie is good. I thought you were talking about the original Oliver, which is absolutely the least enjoyable movie I have ever seen. In fact, it was so bad that somebody started crying and asked them to turn it off. It wasn't a kid, it was like a 17, 18-year-old person who started crying because they hated it so much. But to be fair, we were watching it on a really long bus ride. It was when we were supposed to be like trying to get a little bit of sleep on the bus, and they decided to put Oliver on. And like, I swear it was a fever dream because I just kept waking up and it was still on. And it was on. and it just kept going. This movie never ended. It was so terrible. I hate it. Okay.
We've got a comment saying that the Oliver and Company's soundtrack is full of absolute bangers. Yeah, it's got Billy Joel in it. If it wasn't full of absolute bangers, why would they have casted Billy Joel?
I don't know.
Just gonna say that.
But yeah, it runs 153 minutes, 2.5 hours of freaking crappy butts Oliver. You know what? If you would have just not gotten an extra helping of porridge at the beginning of the movie, it would have been over a lot faster. Sorry, Oliver, but you're so annoying. I would have been. I was siding with the owners of the orphanage. Okay, not giving you any more. Okay, stupid Oliver.
You're talking about how people were crying in the middle of it. You know, it might be because they were an orphan, man.
No, it's because of the Papa song.
Oh, okay, that's fair too.
I think that's when everybody snapped just a little bit.
Also, I need to learn, and speaking of Disney songs, I now need to learn You're Welcome for karaoke. It's just gotta happen. That's all that statement is.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and do that. Well, you don't even need to know the words as long as you know the tune. Karaoke puts the words there for you.
What?
Who practices for karaoke?
My family takes karaoke very seriously. Like, if there's a family gathering with my family, it likely contains karaoke. Zindictive is running through this game, by the way.
Yeah.
On the second playthrough, just absolutely hauling it. Has caught back up to red.
Yeah, that's great. Like, honestly,
the fall death for Dirk. Oh no!
Oh no! I just love that there's fall damage in this game. It wouldn't be a Ku5ogrande platformer without that. No, that's a lie. There are plenty of bad platformers out there that don't have fall damage, but it's just kind of a little bit of icing, you know?
I think it's also important to note that Beast falls down, lands on the ground, and then takes a moment to, instead of just going crump, he takes a moment to go and then fold into his cape.
I don't know, if you fell and broke your legs, you'd probably scream a little bit before passing out or dying or disappearing or whatever you do when you fall that far. Oh my gosh, Dirk. I think Dirk may have moved into the lead because if we get... What?
That is the same stage that Zindictive died on.
Well, never mind then. We're getting really close to my favorite section of the game, everybody, and you need to be excited for this, okay? Because
I'm so glad.
Oh, I really hope we get to hear the music at some point. If Dirk is not using microphone at all, and they make it there, I might just have to, you know, Yeah.
I'm gonna do my co-duty and my co-streamer duty and scout out that audio for you.
Oh my gosh. I appreciate it.
No, Mike, not looking at chat. Oh, but it's really quiet.
It's so quiet.
It's almost unnoticeable.
Okay, but that's fine. I'll go ahead and remember that I can switch over if needs be. I can crank it up. Don't worry, I've got the skills.
Do you though?
I sort of have the skills. Oh my gosh, I hate this mere sound effect. Please go away. Nobody cares, and you can't do anything with it. Like during it, it just flies over, and you gotta wait for the mirror to stop doing its stupid mirror thing.
Is it requiring pixel perfect blind jumps? No, there are ways to know. The game is bad, but it doesn't do that. It's not that bad. So, this game does perform one platformer's... Ooh, Dirk almost got dropped into the water there. This game does provide... There are two platforming sins in my book, all right? There is... The one is that all the sprites are too dang big to fit on the screen. That's no good because it means that you can't see anything.
Yeah.
This one is borderline. I think that it is slightly a bit too big, but also it does make the immediate area pretty clear, and it doesn't require anything too much off screen. It doesn't allow you to scope off screen first. But it is borderline too big, but it's only too big because it creates the second platformer sin. Your character should not be in the center. Should not. Your character is either on the left or the right.
Yep, I would agree. That way you can see more of what's going on with you. You know, it's really difficult to make a consistent camera that works really well. I mean, Mario managed to do that, but a lot of the cameras were just adjusted so that you move to the center. It could be worse. Oh no!
Who could learn to love a beast? Dirk had that extra life right in front of him.
That is so sad, but at the same time, it doesn't take too long to get caught back up in this game, especially if you remember the first levels and remember the tricky things they have to do in order to make progress. Oh, Dirk. What was I gonna do? I was gonna do something important, but then I forgot. Oh, I was gonna refresh the streams. So yeah, you definitely had commentary before we saw it there. Let's go ahead and do a quick refresh to make sure everybody is caught back up. And there we go. So, what are you thinking about how the players are doing right now?
I think both Zindictive and Dirk did an amazing job. I definitely didn't expect this quick of movement through this.
Okay.
If I go cross-reference my time during this game, I want to say, I'm taking a look here. I feel like they got out of the first level way... Like, I probably took, like, Red's time limit to get out of the first level or so. And then I had some issues on the screen that Red's on right now, and that lasted for a while, but I kept getting the extra life, so I kept at it. Let me see. Beauty and the Beast. That is the wrong Beauty and the Beast. That's the right Beauty and the Beast. Yeah, it's concerning when on my list of games that I've played, there are plural, but again, that Disney thing that I said I did also play Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories, so I did it again.
Oh, good. Good.
Yeah. So anyway, it took me 2 hours and 14 minutes to beat this game, and I did get my first full game over against Gaston. Like, the very last moment. Remember that whole getting crushed by the camera thing?
Yeah.
They're doing pretty good though, because I feel like that last attempt to win was like somewhere around half an hour. So they're on a good pace. I think that there's a good chance that Zindictive may very well reach your favorite part of the game.
Ah, good. That's really what I want to see. Really want to see that. By the way, you know, a lot of people who have worked on these games did move on, work on various games. Most of them ended up not being fantastic. You know, we've got one of the people who did audio for this, did the music for Mary-Kate and Ashley Get a Clue. The New Adventures of Mary-Kate and Ashley. You know, I just love that people really helped a lot with the Mary-Kate games. We have somebody who did the audio for Page Master, Jelly Boy, who worked on this. Yeah.
Yo, excuse me, I've got another game to go check out.
I gotta go look at a different game. Blah, blah, blah. Okay.
I mean, as a GM, we always have to be checking our games list and checking it twice and figuring out whether or not it's going to be redrawn.
Oh, yeah. I completely agree with that. Oh my gosh, for some reason I read this as Castlevania, but it's Cave Mania. A little bit different. Someone who worked on the art for this did the graphics for that. You know, but most of the time they stayed within not doing too many games, which I think is completely understandable. You know, this company probably doesn't exist anymore. Probe Software, well, they were absorbed into Acclaim, you know, so they didn't really do anything past 1999. They moved into just being Acclaim. So, I don't know, it's a little bit like at the same time, I think that if you worked on this, especially for the art and the animations, you would probably have a pretty solid portfolio. I am especially impressed by the foreground and background. You know, the candles can be a little bit distracting, like you see with Radama Ford, but I don't think it's too much. I think it's a nice little touch.
And that's actually, having played a lot of Disney games, they really do take a lot of care in their animation. I think that when Disney oversees what is being done with their license, that they actually do look at the visuals more than anything else. There are a ridiculous amount of really good-looking Disney games. They play awfully. Nobody cares about the gameplay, apparently. But, like, if you look at Aladdin, you know, any of the versions that aren't the NES or Game Boy, because why? It's really good looking, and like even the Aladdin port for the Game Gear uses 3D effects. Like the mind-blowingness that is having it look like you're running past buildings and having it look like you're running past buildings. So, like, they're all amazing looking games.
Yes.
It's just some of them aren't exactly quite they're all bad. No,
I
there are
don't
some
know.
that are really good.
Little
There are some that are
Mermaid
really good.
NES, absolutely fantastic. I think
Oh, yeah.
that it's a little bit too easy, but what can you say? You're playing a Little Mermaid game. What
I mean,
else?
somebody's
Aladdin
never
on
been stuck in
Genesis
a
is really enjoyable. The music's solid. I prefer the Game Boy music, not the Game Boy Color one, but the Game Boy music is really
Yeah,
good.
the
Lion
Game Boy
King-
version of Arab Rock is amazing.
Oh my gosh, yeah, I have it on my playlist somewhere. Lion King on Super Nintendo, I would agree, is amazing except for the waterfall. That's the deal breaker for me.
Of course, we know we have Capcom's Aladdin 2. Earlier, when I said that I've played every Aladdin game, I do mean that I have legitimately played every Aladdin game except for, there's the one caveat that I'm going to fix soon, the DOS version.
Have you
So
played
every-
any of the bootlegs?
Okay, look here, all right?
Because that's a legitimate question that I have for you, because there are quite a few Aladdin bootlegs out there.
I have not played, I've played all the officially released Aladdin's games.
Okay.
That's I don't add bootlegs to my list because I'm not a monster like you guys. Oh wait, I said as I am a GM in this tournament. So
Wow.
here we have
Wow.
I'm just saying we're not exactly the oh no, actually we are the best people because we keep giving these wonderful bad games.
Zindictive is on to the boss, by the way, if I'm not mistaken.
That is correct. So the boss is the White Wolf. The White Wolf teleports in, does a jump attack, teleports out, summons little ants. The White Wolf is not entirely threatening if you don't try to engage with it. Basically, you want to take out the ad and then wait for it to jump at you. Don't run after it because then you have a higher chance of getting hit. You just wait. You wait for it to jump and then you punch it.
Yeah, honestly, it's not really a very difficult boss once you figure things out. Which means that we will probably see the stage after this, which is all that I hope for.
Yeah, the next stage is, I believe, the stage that you want it to be.
I believe so. By the way, Radama Ford getting caught back up. I believe that Dirk is currently in second, but Radama Ford could pass Dirk's place here if Radama Ford is able to get to the next stage and make some progress in it.
I believe this is actually the first time that Redford has been in this area.
No, I've seen the snowy area before.
For Radamaford? Because it was on Dirk Huntington.
I thought
Dirk.
I did. Am I delusional?
I might be delusional, so it's okay. I'm not entirely actually convinced that I am talking to you right now, but you know, you have to maintain a healthy dose of
It's a
skepticism.
simulation.
Oh no.
Yeah. I love that as soon as you say that, there's probably somebody in chat who's like, this is the simulation talking to me. How do I get out? How do I get out?
You don't get out of the simulation, you enjoy it to its fullest.
Yeah, guess what? I'm part of the simulation propaganda machine. And I'm here to tell you that You should just be happy with what you've got, because whatever's outside the simulation, oh boy. Oh, it is nuts, okay? There's like fires. There's probably a fire behind your buddy right now.
Outside the simulation is paradise. We all entered the simulation to understand what strife felt like.
No, it's not. Blasphemous Roar, don't tell him that. Please, I gotta keep him in here. How am I gonna do that?
We're clearly from two different companies. You're too busy like trying to your company is clearly trying to, maintain the simulation as a way of extending their profits, whereas mine is a pleasure cruise.
Well, we Pretty Pink Pansy is currently doing a little art. I believe this is I'm tired of this game art. It may be Baby Yoda though. No, it might be a generic furry.
No, I'm pretty sure it's the Bubsy drawing that they've done before.
Oh, okay.
Not Bubsy, but something wearing a Bubsy.
Maybe it's Yoda wearing a Bubsy.
Bubsette, yeah.
Oh, Bubsette?
Oh, there goes Zindictive. Zindictive gets the clear. Zindictive is going to move on
Is Zindictive using a microphone, though?
Oh, I don't know. Let me find out.
Can you check real quick? Because I want to switch music, if so. Everybody, you have to watch this because it's amazing.
I hear no mic. I hear no reaction.
Okay. Well, everybody, here we go. Oh, this part's the worst. Every time you miss a snowball, it gets added to the total at the top left, and I think 3 misses, you lose.
Yeah, so this is not a bonus game. This is required progress.
Yeah, you literally die if you don't catch enough of them. Zindictive doing pretty well with this. Okay, moving on to the next area. Woo!
Yeah, this is required.
I'm actually shocked at how Zindictive is doing. Most people do not get the hang of it this quickly. This is shocking.
Yeah. This is really good. I definitely died my first time without realizing that those snowballs were required.
Yeah, I've seen people get walled by this, namely myself, but I count as people. What?
So yeah, there are 3 sections to this, by the way, and if you catch every single snowball in a section, you get an extra life. What? So you think it's a bonus game, right? You think it's a bonus game. It's not!
The music is too intense. Yeah, I
first try this.
He might. Nope. Oh, missed a snowball. She just laughed. But is that enough?
She laughs and walked off, and you failed.
Oh no, you missed 3. It's back to the beginning.
Yeah. I think she throws like 10 per round.
Yeah, I think as soon as you miss 3, too bad. And you do lose a life. So I feel like Belle's just like, okay, let me go grab the shotgun real quick.
You failed to catch my snowballs. You are not the beasts that I remember. Beasts plan to own the entire castle. Or Belle's plan to own the castle.
Let me do a refresh. Zindictive lives in Australia, which their state government there is actually called Comcast. So Australia just has choppy internet anyway. We live with it.
So meanwhile, on the other streams, Dirk is having an issue getting back to where they were, which I feel like means that Redford has potentially taken the lead again here. I'm trying to determine if this is I think this is the 3rd winter stage. So Redford is actually closing in on being able to catch up to Dirk. Dirk was pretty far in this level. I'd
yeah.
know whether or not Redford passed Dirk if Redford passes the extra life.
Okay. Yeah, honestly, we could have a change from third to second in just a little bit.
Yeah, Dirk literally died a few pixels in front of the extra life.
Okay, so everybody keep your eyes open. Dirk's almost beaten this level,
Was it well past the
apparently,
life?
and has made it well past the life per Cadus.
Kate knows the actual position.
This is why we have a referee here. But
Yep.
honestly, Radamaford still has a few tries to get through this.
Yeah, we still got 3 minutes left, and these stages can easily be cleared in those 3 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
I want to say, though, that Red is unfortunately very securely in last place, and Dirk is, the Redford-Dirk race is going to be important, so we're going to have to watch Redford like a hawk. And Zindictive has passed the snowball level onto the library level.
Very nice. I feel like the NES version is a little trickier than the Super Nintendo version, but still, it is not trivial. Like, it's very impressive.
So Zindictive's on the part of the game that took me the longest, second longest, third longest. I don't know. It was longest. Crazy. There's Yoku blocks. Everybody loves Yoku blocks.
Let's hear this audio.
Or should I say Yoku books? And they are coming. And they are coming with fury.
Oh, yeah.
And they are difficult. So Bell is of course, Beast is trying to figure out what he should give Belle as a gift, and it has been decided that he should give her a book. So of course he's now scouring his enchanted library for books.
What a good beast, you know?
Yep. And even though he just found a book that makes you literally invincible, that's not the Bell gift that he's going to go for. So here we have him, Yoku books.
Oh, Radamaford, I think, is on the last attempt to beat Dirk. Oh my gosh, it's so close, though. Honestly, Pretty Pink Pansy is advertising, not on my stream.
Yeah, that's definitely a that is a very uncool thing to do in the middle of a tournament match.
Well, goodbye. I can turn you off. Yeah, you should be. Oh, no, it's a joke. Well, okay, that was a good joke.
Okay, that's a gag.
Okay.
I think that it might, okay, that's fun.
Oh, yeah, there we go.
Yeah, because it's supposed to look like commission rates because they actually are an artist from what I gathered. So we're good.
Okay, there we go. I get it. Yeah, it was too big. I thought it was legit offering.
I thought it was commission prices.
That's a lot for drawing candles, though. You know, $7,600. You know, the artist who worked on this may have been paid $7,600 for candles.
Did Dirk just... You can roar at the gargoyle? You can do what?
Okay, well, apparently we're learning new things with this game, but we only have 5 seconds left. Everybody, that is, as a matter of fact, time. That's it. We're freed. We're freed from Beauty and the Beast. We don't have... Apparently, it's not a tale as old as time. It's a tale as old as we're done.
An hour ago.
Yeah, an hour. It's 1 hour.
Tale as old as Tim. 42 years old.
Oh my gosh. Tale as old as Tim. Yeah, you don't want to date him. Beauty and the Deadbeat.
What?
I don't know.
Tim's a nice guy. Why would you...
Tim. No talking. I'm angry. And you know what? Everybody go commission Pretty Pink Pansy, $7,600, and you'll get some lovely candles, okay? Just having
Well, I
to
don't
bring
know.
that back around. Wow, that was an incredible match. I'm going to go ahead and invite Zindictive if wanting to join and... my words aren't coming out. Wanna join chat? Let me see if Zindictive does want to join. There, that's about all that I can get out of there with my current brain. If anybody has a brain that they're not using, and that's not in your head, like if for some reason you got a bottle with a brain in it, just send it over. Yeah, you're gonna have to go to UPS or USPS. I'd probably say UPS. Go ahead, ship that brain, put it on ice, okay? Ice is nice. That's all you have to remember if your brain's not working so well. Ice is nice. Put it in ice, okay? Ship it on over to 1600 Brcentia Avenue. Yeah. Well, okay, there we go. Zindictive hopping on over. Hello there.
Hey, Zindictive, catch.
Hey,
You lost a
I
life.
forgot how that worked.
Yeah, oh my gosh. You know, I actually really enjoy this game, Zindictive. I feel like it's janky,
I
but
did
that
too.
that it's fun.
To be honest, I wasn't getting that into the game until I played Snowball Fight with the beauty, and everything was perfect.
It's so bad. I still think the NES version is worse. And you should give that a shot. Like, honestly, the Snowball Fight is nightmares. It's just nice nightmares so much. But
Also,
honestly,
quite honestly, this
you
level
Brcentia
that I stopped on, like this level that I stopped on right now, like legitimately, I think it's the best level so far. It reminds me of, like, Mega Man with the blocks and such. It's really good. It's my favorite level so far.
like, it's fun, but it's really difficult, is what I would say.
I don't find it difficult at all. I honestly find it really enjoyable to just jump over these books and such. I really enjoy this game. It's probably one of my favorites of the Ku5ogrande so far.
Aw, I'm always really happy when people find a game that they like. Like, for sure, the game is jank, but it's enjoyable.
Oh yeah.
Does that mean I fail again?
No. Well,
I-
yes.
I'm
I
a
failed
hard.
at
I'm a
Tarzan.
hard
I
contestant.
failed at Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah, what can
I'm a
you
hard
say?
contestant to get angry. But the only game I got angry at was Godzilla. That's it.
Wait, Godzilla? I'm trying to remember why Godzilla. It's been a while.
Because it was giving me a nightmare. Because the RPG randomness, luck-based crap.
Oh.
It's just.
Oh, that's right, Godzilla 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Godzilla 1, I think is actually pretty fun to play. Godzilla 2 just destroys hopes and dreams. I'm so sorry you got to
It
experience
destroyed
that.
me.
Did I give it out? Was
yeah,
it?
I believe
think
you
I
gave
was
it
the
out
GM,
to
yeah.
me, Kuso 3 or 4, yeah.
Yeah, see, everybody has a way to break. You just got to find what breaks them, and that one. I'm so glad.
That's
Got
a
it.
special one. That's a special one.
So break the competitors next time better.
Yeah. There we go. Zindictive, you've been on a lot.
There you go.
Honestly, we always expect you to do pretty dang well, so congratulations on this victory. Anything that you're streaming or that people should know about over on your channel or your side of the world?
Right now I'm going back into streaming. I've been gone for like months on it. I'm currently going through Dark Chronicle, and I'm also planning to do some speedruns of some obscure games that are also terrible.
Oh, perfect. I love it. Well, cool. Go check Zindictive out. All of the players who were playing today, the names that were up on the layout were the names of their Twitch channels. So go check them out. Spread the love. You know, we love building the community. Zindictive, Blasphemous Roar, I had a blast. Thank you so much. You have a wonderful day, okay?
Goodbye.
You're very welcome, Placentia. You have a good day too.
Yeah.
Good luck with whatever
Oh,
comes.
thank you, Blasphemous Roar. Take care. Everybody, this is Ku5ogrande, the Bad Video Game Tournament. I am going to take one quick break. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. We've got our last match.